In the headlines, NDLEA intercepts 2.3 million tablets of illicit drugs going to 7 northern states. Police arrest 25-year-old man for killing own children in Adamawa. National Association of Resident Doctors extends ultimatum for another 2 weeks to resolve lingering industrial and welfare issues. Away from Nigeria, 13 killed as Somali forces end 30-hour Mogadishu hotel siege. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. And now the details. Operatives of the NDLEA have intercepted over 2.3 million tablets of illicit pharmaceutical opioids and other psychoactive substances meant for distribution in 7 northern states. The illicit drug, which was heading to Borno, Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, Zamfara, Gombe and Nasarawa, were intercepted in series of interdiction operations in the past week. Here is more on the agency's operations in the last 1 week.
In all, a total of 2,325,553 tablets and capsules of tramadol, pregabalin, Hypnox, diazepam and Exo-5, including 7,353 bottles of a new psychoactive substance locally called Akuskura, meant for 7 states, were seized from locations across Kaduna, Kogi, Sokoto, and the Federal Capital Territory. In Kaduna, drug dealer Umar Sanusi was arrested on Friday, 12 August, during a follow-up operation in Kano and brought back to Kaduna, where his consignment of 50 cartons of pregabalin 300 mg containing 750,000 capsules weighing 375 kilograms earlier seized along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway was counted and weighed in his presence. Same day, operators also intercepted along Abuja-Kaduna Express Road 7,068 bottles of the new dangerous substance of abuse called Akuskura, meant for Kaduna, Zamfara, Gombe, Kano and Borno. In Kogi, no fewer than 696,000 tablets of tramadol and Exo-5, among others, loaded into a truck at Onitsha, Anambra State, and heading to Maiduguri, Borno State, were seized along Okene-Abuja Expressway on Friday, 19 August, while NDLEA operators also recovered 300,000 tablets of diazepam from a suspect, Farouk Bello, in Sokoto State on Wednesday, 17 August. Anti-narcotic officers of the agency in Abuja equally at the weekend intercepted a bus loaded with 323,000 tablets of tramadol, 225 mg and others at Onitsha, Anambra State, heading to Nasarawa State. A major importer of loud variant of cannabis from the United States, Abibu Afeez Shola, and a 63-year-old grandfather who ships illicit substances to his daughter in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, among those arrested by NDLEA operatives at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. Chairman and Chief Executive of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, retired. In a statement from the Director of Media and Advocacy of the agency, Femi Babafemi, commended the officers and the men of the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Kaduna, Kogi, Sokoto and FCT commands, as well as the other commands, for the arrest and seizures, and urged them to intensify their drug supply reduction and drug demand reduction efforts.
Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Hassan Nasiha, says the notorious bandits leader Bello Turji has embraced peace initiative and stopped attacking innocent citizens in Birnin, Magaji, Shinkafi and Zurmi local government areas of the state. Nasiha disclosed this at a conference on security in Gusau, the state capital, organized by Students' Union of Medina University. The report.
According to Zamfara State Deputy Governor, the singular action of Bello Turji is bringing about relative peace in the 3 local councils, which were hitherto the front line of banditry in Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria. Senator Nasiha noted that for the past 5 weeks, there has not been any reported clash between the Fulanis and Hausas in Birnin Magaji, Shinkafi, and Zurmi local government areas of the state as a result of dialogue to broker peace between the two warring functions in the state. He disclosed that the notorious bandits kingpin, Bello Turji, who keyed into the amnesty of Governor Bello Muhammad, are now launching offensive against the suspected terrorists in the areas to ensure the peace and stability returns to the state. Several wars were fought, but that did not stop the parties involved from dialogue to resolve their differences through peace deal. It is in the light of this that Governor Muhammad Bello thought it is necessary to use both kinetic and non-kinetic approaches to address the situation. The approach did not require a gun battle or war, using whatsoever weapons, between the bandits and the people. Instead, the governor set up a powerful committee chaired by him, the deputy governor, Hassan Nasia, to go to 14 local government areas of the state to meet with bandits in their camp to discuss with them on how to make peace necessary. This is why the last 3 months at Magami district, there has not been any bandit attacked as a result of the peaceful initiative with the bandits. The Zamfara State Deputy Governor also disclosed that the committee constituted by Governor Bello Muhammad and chaired by him and has held a peace meeting with 9 bandit camps at Magami District and Ensado Emirate of Gusau and Maru local government areas of the state in order to stop attacks on innocent citizens. Senator Nasia said Governor Bello Muhammad has ordered that all grazing routes, lands, water for livestock and other property of the Fulani seized as a result of conflict between them and the Hausas be returned immediately to the Fulanis for peace to reign in the state. We heard you people. We would convey your concerns to the state government. We asked them to stop attacking or killing Hausa people and their communities they promised to stop. The Fulanis asked government to provide fertilizers, cool, and feed their people who have been arrested. In Shinkafi, Zurmi, Birnin Magaji, the bandits always kill 12 to 20 people in one operation, but for the past 5 weeks, there has not been a single report that one has been killed as a result of the peace deal with the bandits by the state government. Everyone knows that the notorious bandit kingpin Bello Turji, who is operating on that axis. The state governor, through the peace committee, has entered into a peaceful deal with the bandit leader, who has agreed to stop crime and embrace peace. He said the Fulanis want government to provide fertilizers, free Fulanis in correctional centers, build a school for their children to discourage them for engaging in banditry, adding that lack of education is one of the major factors that is influencing Fulani children to take to arms.
Police in Adamawa State have arrested a 25-year-old man who allegedly murdered 2 of his children, aged 3 and 5, in Himikudu Community, Michika, local government area of Adamawa State. Police Public Relations Officer Suleiman Ngoroje, in a statement, said that the suspect, Elisha Tari, a resident of Himikudu, Michika local government area, was said to have killed the victims with stones and sticks, which he had used in hitting them on their heads severally. The statement added that the incident was reported at the Divisional Police Headquarters by the grandfathers of the victims. Ngoroje said that preliminary investigation reveals that the victim's mother got separated from the suspect 2 months ago after they had a misunderstanding. An official of the Federal Competitive Consumer Protection Commission in Katsina State, Muhibat Abdul Salam, is arrested over alleged murder of her boss, Julius Haruna. Until his death, Haruna was the Northwest Zonal Coordinator of the Commission. He was killed in his office after the suspect accused him of sexual harassment. the police said. The spokesman of the Katsina Police Command, SP Gambo Isa, said that the suspect had reportedly done a certain report for which she demanded 80,000 naira. However, Haruna directed the cashier to pay her 4,000 naira, saying what she did was not up to the amount she demanded. SP Isa had said that an argument ensued between the suspect and the deceased in his office in the presence of the cashier, who later left the two in fierce argument. The police said that the victim allegedly manhandled the deceased, tore his clothes and took his nude picture. Abdul Salam rushed to the GRA police station and filed a complaint against the deceased for alleged sexual harassment. Police statement says that investigations reveal that the suspect had fought 4 previous directors who were there before the deceased. Isa said investigation into the matter was ongoing. He said that after her report at the police station, some police officers were said to have followed her to the director's office only to meet him lifeless on the floor with bruises on his body. Police in Yobe State said 2 soldiers are arrested in connection with the killing of a renowned Islamic scholar, Sheikh Goni Aisami, murdered on Friday evening while on his way to Gashua from Kano. Multiple local sources allege that the cleric was killed by the soldiers after giving them a lift from Nguru military checkpoint to Jaji Maji, a nearby community under Karasua local government area of Yobe State. Reports say that he was shot dead while his car, a red Honda Accord, was taken away by the soldiers before they were apprehended by the police. Confirming the incident, spokesman for the Yobe State Police Command, Dungus Abdul Karim, said that 2 arrested soldiers are Lance Corporal John Gabriel and Lance Corporal Adamu Gideon of 241 Reconnaissance Battalion, Nguru, Yobe State. He said that the 2 suspects have been taken to Criminal Investigation Department of the command in Damaturu for investigation. The popular Islamic scholar was buried on Saturday in Gashua town of Yobe State amid tears by thousands of his students, family members, as well as associates. Muslims have been charged to participate actively in politics as the 2023 general elections draw near. The National Coordinator, Standard Bearers Islamic Organization, Dr. Abdul Hafiz Bello, gave the charge at a press conference in Ile-Ife on Sunday. Speaking with Trust TV's Hamidu Igbade on the sideline, Bello said Islam encourages Muslims to be part in governance, as unanimously agreed by reputable Muslim scholars. Bello appealed to federal government to address myriad of issues bedeviling the nation, including economic hardship and insecurity.
Our economic situation is worsening. Poverty is worsening in our country today. Inflation keeps rising. You go to the market today, by the time you go back tomorrow, what you bought yesterday for 5 naira is now 10 naira. So government needs to do something first. The aspect of diversifying our economy so that we will not be solely dependent on oil. Secondly, is also making sure that they exploit how to improve power, which we believe is one of the foundations for improving our economy.
National Association of Resident Doctors says it had extended ultimatum to the federal government for another 2 weeks to resolve industrial and welfare issues. National President of the association, Dr. Dari Ishaya, announced this in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, after an extraordinary National Executive Council meeting of the association. The previous ultimatum given will lapse on Monday. The association said that the federal government's effort and a show of goodwill for the association are the reasons for the extension.
Council meeting observed with great concern that despite our 2 weeks ultimatum, the condition of our members in various state government hospitals have remained unchanged, where members are owed 24 months in salary arrears in the case of Abia, 13 months in the case of Ekiti, 10 months in the case of Imo, and 5 months in the case of Ondo in salary arrears respectively.
A renowned civil rights activist in Osun State, Ayodeji Ologun, has faulted the no work, no pay policy that the federal government wants to apply on striking university lecturers. He described the position of the Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, that the federal government will not pay salaries of members of Academic Staff Union of universities for the period they were on strike as insensitive. The activist and two lecturers in separate exclusive interviews with Trustee Vice Hamid Oyegbade in Oshogbo justified the payment of the salary of lecturers for the period of the ASUU strike.
I think it is very insensitive on the part of government to insist that lecturers will not be paid salary for the number of months that they've been on strike. Number one, it negates the labor law. There's no law in the country as we speak, either in the industrial court or in the recognized labor law, that says that people should not go on strike and that when they go on strike, they should not be paid. That's number one. Number two, it is also a common knowledge that lecturers do beyond just lecturing. As they are on strike now, lecturers go to their offices to do researches, they still carry out community services, some of them write papers, they write articles, they contribute to journals.
As we are on strike now, we are embarking on a series of research that will generate invention that can move the nation forward. And apart from that, for anybody to feel that when we are on strike, we are not working. We are working. We are doing the other two aspects of the work, research and community service. Not only that, the labor law stipulates that workers have the right to go on strike and the employers have no right to stop their salary, because when they are on strike, it is because government has not done the needful. If government revitalizes the universities and the polytechnics and we have facilities in the classroom, why should we not go and do our job? And I'm challenging the government. The day they provide all the facilities we require in the classroom, in the universities and the polytechnics, any lecturer that fails to go to work should be dealt with according to the law.
It's unfortunate that there are Olu thinking individuals who will not know the import of this ASUU strike, especially on the society generally. We have lost a student of Lautech Akitola University to kidnapping now. Only God knows the number of students who have been affected like that. Ritual killing, accidents. Some of them have even been impregnated because they are not in classrooms. And of course, we say the devil, idle hand makes work for the devil. That is another angle. Government should ensure that these monies are paid and the ASUU demands are, fulfilled.
Now, the head of operations, National Emergency Management Agency, Kadiri Olarewaju, has called on residents of Ekiti State to take precautionary measures against the flooding predicted to occur in the state and its environs later this year. Olarewaju spoke in Ado Ekiti during a meeting with critical stakeholders on disaster risk management tagged Duties, Functions and Responsibilities in Disaster Management, organized by the agency to improve community awareness and enhance stakeholders' response. The NEMA boss, who said that the forecast by the relevant agencies had named Ekiti among the states expected to experience flooding based on increased volume of rainfall, said most local government areas in the state were flood-prone with high risk due to seasonal rainfall. You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at importance of exercise to the body. Details and more after the break. Join us again. Thanks for staying. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Here's a recap of our top stories. NDLEA intercepts 2.3 million tablets of illicit drugs going to 7 northern states. Police arrest 25-year-old man for killing own children in Adamawa. In other news, the federal government has been charged to regulate the importation of fake cables to curb the menace of electrical disasters in the country. In this report, Kabir Lawal finds out how important cables are not just to power supply chain, but also in ensuring that safe and reliable power is supplied to the country.
Behind every wall at home, office, or a building in general, there are cables that channel electricity for daily consumption. It may be visible or buried in conduit pipes. These are housing cables, and they connect all electricity-powered items and sockets to the main electricity source. Often, many Nigerians make the mistake of paying little attention to the kind of cables that wire their homes. A cable is just a cable. Some may rationalize. But is it really that simple when there have been many documented incidences of blackout, electrocutions, and such incidents caused by unsafe cables? Kelechi Akuna, who decreed the rise in prices of cables in the FCT, throws more light on the types and functions and appeals to the government to step up and check the influx of cable into the country to avoid further incidents.
Their sizes vary and their works vary as well. There's the one for domestic use, there's one for industrial use. These very ones you see here are for industrial. The very smaller ones that are in smaller rolls, you use them for domestic wiring. And those ones, we stock them inside the shops.
Akuna attributed the price increase to the fall of Naira against dollars, a factor he considered as worrying.
It's a worrying situation because the prices has gone up. 3 months ago, some of them we are like, maybe the difference of about 300-400 Naira. And we are not sure where it's going tomorrow. We're even afraid to stock because the prices has gone really beyond our control. In a layman's way, we say it's dollar and exchange rate that caused the prices to go up because that's what we gather. Though they are Nigerian products, but the cost of production as well is another factor.
He called on government to, as matter of urgency, wade into the adulteration in the cables industry, save lives and properties. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, exercising the body is a natural and effective anti-anxiety treatment, which also goes a long way to relieve tension, stress, as well as boost physical and mental energy. In this report, we take a look at not just the importance of the exercise to the body, but also how it can be used to reduce day-to-day stress.
1, 2, 3, 4. Regular exercise is one of the easiest and most effective ways of boosting cardiovascular activities and mental alertness. Outdoor activities like hiking, sailing, mountain and rock climbing, whitewater rafting and skiing have also been shown to improve general well-being. A cross-section of Nigerians believe that exercising is an investment in the mind, body, and soul.
About that, since I started doing it, I've felt much better with my health, and I feel younger. Basically, I do a bit of bench press, I do pull-ups, then I do a bit of press-ups as well. Then, okay, there's one particular one I always do, which is really, really tough. So I tie the tire to my waist and pull it for like 50 meters back and forth, about 10-15 times.
Ainde Suleiman is an instructor. He explained that the regular exercises make and feel better and also help in the area of concentration of boosting one's chances of effective service, delivery, and stimulation of the growth of new brain cells.
In terms of cardio, we have, even in that cardio keeps your shape, only maintains the body and burns some calories. But when you include it with other parts of the exercise, such as weightlifting and other things, it helps you now reshape. Like building, in terms of gymming, we have a lot of men also gym, building their body as they wish and as they want. Ladies also. So in terms of health benefit, regardless of what health you are having, blood pressure or whatever, when you work out, it helps you keep you healthy.
The benefits of exercise are not restricted to adults alone, as children also stand a chance of benefiting immensely from the bodily exercise.
It's like makes me more fit and ready to work.
Okay, the benefit of exercise is captured in Rebin Sharma's quote, which says, if you don't make time for exercise, you probably have to make time for illness. Kabir Lawal, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And away from Nigeria, Somalia's Ministry of Health has confirmed 21 people were killed, 117 others injured after a deadly 30-hour siege of a hotel in the country's capital, with security personnel clearing explosives planted by Al-Shabaab fighters in the damaged building. Health Minister Ali Haji Adan said it is possible there were corpses that were not taken to hospitals but buried by relatives. The Mogadishu attack began when fighters from the Al-Shabaab armed group unleashed a gun and bomb assault on the popular Hyatt Hotel on Friday evening. The area surrounding the hotel was quiet and the roads were blocked by a heavy security presence on Sunday as emergency workers and bomb disposal experts sought to clear the premises of any explosives and remove rubble. The hotel building sustained heavy damage during the gunfight between Somali forces and the attackers. Workers at the United Kingdom's largest container port have begun what they say will be an 8-day strike, becoming the latest workers in the country to take action to demand higher pay amid rising inflation and the soaring cost of living. Nearly 2,000 workers at the port of Felixstowe, which handles about 4 million containers a year from 2,000 ships, accounting for more than half of the country's incoming shipping freight, walked off the job on Sunday. The dispute has raised fears of supply chain problems and comes as the transport industry is already reeling from work stoppages, with only 1 in 5 trains running in the UK on Saturday amid a railway workers' strike. Postal workers also plan a 4-day strike later this month, while telecoms giant BT recently faced its first stoppage in decades. Amazon warehouse staff, criminal lawyers and refuse collectors are among those who have staged walkouts in the recent weeks. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba Ila. Thank you for watching.